I have no idea, but this thing is not updating itself on the chat, so I'm on here using it on here. Anyway, I went and picked up a sheet of plywood. So originally I used these to insulate this place because this is an unfinished. It's an unfinished garage. They had there's evidence of drywall in here and like marks somewhere on the floor. I don't know if we can't see them here anymore. Oh, right here. There's a mark through here where I can tell that they sectioned off this half of the garage and they turned it into a little room back here. And there was a cable for TV coming in the corner back there. And honestly, I actually wanted to do that myself, except for everything's backwards because I cut the hole in the wall over here for the air conditioner. If it had been back here, they just sectioned all that off. So, and the way to do this was that you got a roll-up door here. So yeah, if you section this off from here across to here and then put a door in here, you have this little area back here, a little bit bigger than a prison cell, full of radio shit. And you'd be able to heat and cool it really easy, and then you could have it isolated from this area because see, here's the thing. I can't come out here and do any kind of welding or anything like that, or metal work, because what happens is it gets all over the radios and everything. So I actually end up just storing the equipment in here. But what I wanted to do was insulate this wall and put a sheet of OSB in here to cover up all this, but I ended up having, you can see there's 1, 2, 3 of these, and they were all stacked and had radios galore in here. And this was a shelf, but I had to put the inverter somewhere, and all the solar's coming in over here. I didn't want all the wires going like that anymore, so I ended up using this wall to mount the inverter. And get big huge lag bolts in this. I don't like running lag bolts into studs like this without like really pre-drilling it, because you could split them. You make them structurally weak. So that's why I did this. But for me to properly do this, I would need to pull. There's a bunch of stuff they framed in here. So they had this thing framed like from there to there. You see, because I don't use a nail gun usually. And I added the bottom part to it, so where it drops down, I added that. But they had this piece just framed right here, all the way across. It wasn't even really covered, and they didn't have it over there on the other side. So I built that, and something not right about it because it used homemade lumber. Oh, I put it below the door track, that's why. Yeah, I remember now. Okay. But anyway, I made some homemade lumber, and I was like kind of experimenting with it, but all the rest of the stuff I framed in there. I used to have a pretty big stereo system sitting up on there, but I honestly want to make things a lot more simple, and I want to get rid of a lot of stuff. We don't own this, and I don't want to invest a bunch of money into it. The family owns it, but I don't own it. Okay, so originally I put some sheets in here, and I noticed that I didn't put them in correctly, so they weren't following the studs. So technically all that kind of needs to get redone too. But I put this stuff in here in a hurry because this is backer board that's got the foil on one side, and it really, really works well. And honestly, the best thing to do to this place is to completely tear everything out, and put this board in here. Just put this in here. And you just need to be careful when you screw it down because it goes right through it. At first I was using little pieces of cardboard with screws. But as you see here, it did fine for the most part. And this stuff here is like, I don't know, half an inch. It made a huge, huge, huge difference on the temperature in here. Big time. So, they're about $7 a sheet. I would probably need 10, 15 more of them. I don't know. What do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 5 going that way. And then probably 1, 2, 3 more there. Like 8. And then 9, 10, 11, maybe 12 times 7. So I haven't decided what I want to do, but I like this place being kind of open. I just kind of don't like this raw crap, but I have to realize that I don't want to get too carried away with things when I'm literally, you know, not doing good financially. It's not something that it's a necessity. It's like yesterday the alternator went out on my truck. That was a necessity. It wasn't like, you know, something that was optional. So I need to kind of be a little grounded and be realistic.